Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Pentiment. There we go. Let's see where we were at. I'm doing the Baron's murder still. And this should be quite a fun one. We've got to sneak into the library today. And also... we're going to go to the spinning bee, I think. That's what they called it. Where's my mouse gone? Here we are. Might be some social deduction to do there. Maybe some clues that get given away. Now, we didn't tell Johan that we wanted to go to it, but we told his wife, so I'm hoping that when we go down there, it'll be on. If it's not, then we'll follow the stonemason instead, but I'm pretty sure it's not him. Snowdrops are the only flowers that can bloom this early in spring at this altitude. There's quite a few places we haven't been yet, like, I think we could probably investigate the forest a bit more. We haven't been to the mill. But I suspect we'll be going to those places in future cases, so we won't worry too much about that right now. Now, let's just go down to the bow. No, that's a different one. It's this one, isn't it? Maybe if we talk to him now, that will start it.
Andreas was just wondering when you'd turn up. The gaggle said you'd come to watch them spin. Between you and me, Hetty's not about to let you go once she's got you in her claws. So, I hope you've got a few hours to hunker down and get comfortable.
Yes, well, we're waiting for nightfall, so that's fine.
Hetty'll be glad to hear it. She's got a fondness for you. Heaven knows why. Now, I can't let you inside among the unmarried girls, being unmarried yourself. But you're welcome to watch through one of the windows.
I understand. That idiot never did see the trouble. He didn't want to jump in feet first. You don't think he's gone to Innsbruck? Who are we talking about? We were discussing my cousin Martin. Oh, the thief. Even though my mum says we're not supposed to. It's different when I do it.
Veronica, don't argue with your mother.
Oh, that's not fair.
And no back talk.
Let's keep listening. Sorry, Dad. Anyway, I doubt Martin's gone to Innsbruck. That's small time to the little shit now. You think he has something more exciting in mind? That's a big world. Perhaps he intends to explore it or escape. Well, that nobleman was just murdered up at the Abbey. Martin picked an awfully convenient time to run off. Oh, Lord. Andreas was friends with a nobleman. Do you think Martin could have... you know? What motivation could he have had? Oh, it's not our place to say. Martin has a nasty little habit. It's gotten better.
Once a thief, always a thief, I say.
I saw Martin running away from the Abbey the morning Lorenz was killed. Oh, God, no. Martin may be a thief, but I don't think he's a murderer. He's a coward at heart. You think it takes a brave man to commit a murder?
Not a brave man, but a bold one, and Martin is not that.
Here's your problem, Cat. What do you think? Could he have killed that man? Mom!
This is a matter best left to the proper authorities, not a spinning bee. Imagine being tried by a gaggle of peasant women.
That's unkind, Johan.
It's the truth, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it hurts your feelings.
Say nothing. Andreas, if you're just going to stand around, how about I put you to work?
If you're going to gossip with the girls, you might as well spin with them too.
How does this work? Draft wool from the distaff and twist onto it tight, then spin yarn onto the spindle. So pull wool out and twist it and twist and then spin it around that. Okay. Once there's enough yarn on the spindle, collect it at the bottom and begin again. Draft, twist, spin, collect, repeat. You'll figure it out. Draft. Spin. Shit. Draft. Oh well. Ah, collect. I've got it. Do you know, I took Ursula to play with Gret's daughter the other day. And there was a strange man in the bakery.
Was he polite to you? Can't believe Ulrich would stand for anything less.
He was very reserved. Dark-skinned, quite tall, and wearing a tunic. He liked the rye bread, I remember. Who is this man? Why am I just now hearing about this? I believe he's staying in the Abbey. Oh, that must be Brother Sabat. Brigitte and I saw him walking up there after visiting the shops. He seemed lost. Where is he from? Does he speak German? Christ, I hate being the last to know. Okay. Draft. Spin. Draft. Spin. Collect. You know, I saw Big York talking to that man again. The young one.
Who can blame him?
God damn it, Johann! He knows she's trouble. I told him to stay away. Did he say young man or young woman? Maybe he said young woman. I thought she said man. She's very pretty, isn't she? In a mean way. Pretty, perhaps, but none all the same. He knows better. When has it ever stopped Big York from doing anything? We have plenty of your pretty girls here in town. My Veronica's not half bad. Mum!
That's not giving Andreas any ideas, eh?
Draft. Spin. Draft. Spin. Collect. Spin wool as fast as the ladies. Brigitte has been spending a lot of time at her mother's house lately. Agnes is glad to have her home, and Lucky's always treated her like a daughter, but I can tell they're concerned. Are Brigitte and Martin having trouble, Veronica? Oh, that's one word for it. Brigitte does what she can, but nothing pleases Martin. He won't lift a finger for her or Wolf. He's such an asshole.
Well, it's not his business, is it? Women's work and all that.
You ever see him do much men's work, Dad?
Can't say I've ever seen him do much work at all.
Perhaps Lucky can talk some sense into Martin. He's always been a devoted husband and father.
Lucky Steinhauer is the model of what a man should be.
Oh no, it's Cat. Lucky Steinhauer is the model of what a man should be. Do this again. Boom. Oh, it's Otto. Is everyone behaving themselves in here? Oh, it's you. Afternoon, Otto. Come to see anyone special? Hello, Otto. It's good to see you. I heard laughing from the road and knew you all had to be up to no good in here. Oh, look, there's Andreas. Have you been minding your manners? Old Johann here's a real stickler for propriety. I'm just learning a new skill, Otto. Nothing nefarious here. It's true. Oh,
It's true, he's been a perfect gentleman.
maybe that's why he's not married. Otto, be nice.
Too much time with those books, not enough time working.
We all know you work hard in the fields, Johan. No need to boast. He works hard in other places, too.
Wink, wink.
Mom! You've been in town a few months, Andreas. Got any burning questions you've been meaning to ask? About the Abbey. Clara mentioned the abbot has suddenly started raising taxes. Raising them and changing their terms, yes. When Father Matthias was the abbot, he would let us pay a portion of our taxes in crops. Naturally, the Schäferbrain's abbot put an end to that this year. Even if our crops fail or produce less than we'd like, we still owe the Abbey for the use of the land. It doesn't make any sense. How can he raise our taxes when the price for our grain does not rise too? This is very timely. If anyone's been trying to buy food or gas in the UK recently, where does he think the money comes from? He doesn't think about the common folk at all. If it's not his abbey, it's not his problem. What about the miller? Doesn't he have some part to play in that?
Lenhart drives a hard bargain. He won't give us a better deal just because the abbot raises our taxes. What we need is access to more land. Trying to bargain with Lennart won't get us that.
Lennart is not a kind man, and he does not negotiate. He might if he carry a lot of debt, but his bargains are cruel. We pay him even before the abbot, though I'm not sure why. Good. I have nothing Christian to say about Lennart Muller, so I will say nothing at all. Except that I hope he falls into a fast-moving river during a flood and dashes his brains on the rocks.
Jesus Christ, Eddie.
Oh, can we talk about something else? Come on, Andreas. Surely you've got better questions than that. About Tassing. The anchoress in the church. You know much about her? Oh, Sister Amelie. You know her, Veronica? Oh, we're not dear friends or anything, but sometimes she has these fits, you know. And if Father Thomas isn't there and I have time, I'll wait with her until he arrives. Since when? I didn't know anything about this. Oh, and here I thought you just adored the church building. You're so funny, Veronica. Oh, don't make it sound weird. She's nice, and someone should be there when she's in pain, that's all. Father Thomas told me she receives visions from God. She has been blessed by the Lord. I wonder if she may have arthritis. The joints swell and it becomes painful to move. Father Thomas suggested her body was in a great deal of physical pain in addition to her spiritual pain. My grandmother was similarly affected. It was terrible for her. God rest her soul. I prefer my blessings to come in the form of golden. She's been in Tassing for near on a decade, hasn't she? Since I was a girl, certainly. We've grown up with her in a way. The Woman in the Maze is like something from a tale of knights and monsters. She's trapped in a box. I don't think there's anything romantic about that. Aren't you a little know-it-all? I didn't realise you were an expert. I don't know about you girls, but I'm sick of this wool. I'm sure we've all got other chores to get to. I'm glad to have that over with. Now I don't have to think about wool for a whole year. Oh, I was having such a nice time. I certainly learned a lot.
Going for an escort home, Eva?
Oh, I'd like that, yes.
I expect everyone will be on their best behaviour going home.
They always are. Johan, please. Andreas, will I see you home for supper? Perhaps. I'm not sure what my plans are this evening. Certainly an educational experience. Thank you all for teaching me. Thanks for coming by, Andreas. Come back any time.
Unless you come on Abbey business.
Don't threaten him with a good time, Johan. Should find someone to eat with. Okay. What about the doctor? Maybe we should go and have dinner with him and grill him a bit. Need to go around up there, don't we? this? More ruins. I wonder if they're from the old Roman colony. Let's talk to Werner. Can't remember his voice.
Hello, you're the artist from Nuremberg.
Andreas Maler, journeyman artist at your service.
Oh, that was it, Maler. Someone mentioned you dabble at university for a year or two. Funny. You're staying with the Gardners, yes? The Abbey does have a guest house, you know.
I'd rather stay in town. The Abbey's too rigid for my tastes.
Oh, why should you care? They're not your rules. At least the monks eat well. The food in Tassing's as miserable as its pupil.
What are you doing here then?
Building up my contacts. People of merit do pass through here occasionally, unlikely though it may seem.
So you don't have the connections to find the position in a big city. That or you weren't good enough.
Excuse me?
I will not be insulted in my own home by a godforsaken artist. I guess you're not going to have us over for dinner then. But I thought we were bantering.
I don't care. Leave.
Before I go, could you answer a question for me?
Medical? Certainly. What is it?
Do you know how the elements relate to the astrological signs?
Of course, every doctor needs to understand these relationships. Each astrological sign is ruled by one of the 4 elements. Aries, Leo and Sagittarius are fire signs. Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces are water. Air rules over Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. The remainder belong to Earth. Was that it?
Yes, thank you, Doctor.
Dr. Stolz? Mm-hmm. Good day to you then.
Well, we questioned him, but we didn't have a lot of luck eating with him. We did insult him. What about the stonemason? I wonder if he'll eat with us. Oh, he's gone. I'm going to his house.
What do you want?
Good day, Lucky. Do you have a moment to talk?
Make it quick.
I was wondering if I might break bread with you and Agnes. We've never shared a meal.
I don't see why not. Agnes will be glad to have you. Is now good?
That would be great.
Oh, let's not keep her waiting then. Bless us, O Lord, in these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. And we pray you keep safe the souls of the 2 innocents who rest at your side. They are dearly missed. Through Christ our Lord, amen.
Amen. Oh, she's not Irish. Amen.
You're looking tired, Agnes. Did Elsa keep you up late?
Oh, I don't mind it. She needs the support and I'm happy to give it. Someone has to look after the women of this town and Werner hardly cares to. Is Elsa the miller's wife? Married to Leonhard Muller, yes. I'm surprised you haven't met her yet. Did something happen to her? She lost a child a few weeks back. She was overjoyed when she finally quickened, but her bleeding returned soon after. It has been difficult for her, but she has been through it before. She will make it through again.
She is strong in her love of Christ and in love of her husband.
She does dote on him, though Leonhard hardly deserves it. I've heard he's a cruel man who drives a hard bargain with the peasants.
I did not take you for a gossip, Andreas.
Curious about the town, is that so wrong? Do listen to my husband, he's far too upright and noble for his own good.
Spreading rumours is not Christian behaviour.
Leonhard is cruel, to his wife and the peasants both, there's no denying that. Take it as a caution, Andreas. Don't get on the miller's bad side. His unkindness is doubtless what caused her bleeding. Elsa's imagination must be protected against troubling experiences. The mother's spiritual well-being is just as important as physical health. I've tried to tell Leonhard the same, but I'm just a village midwife. I'm afraid my opinion is not worth much to a man like him. Don't trouble yourself, Andreas. She has her son, Paul, for comfort. He is a sweet boy and he adores his mother. If he is all the Lord grants her, she will still be blessed. The best thing we can do for Elsa is to care for her as neighbours, like Christ tells us to. She isn't the only one in Tassing who struggles in her marriage. Even my Brigitta has her troubles. Clara mentioned Brigitta and Martin were having difficulties.
We should never have agreed to their marriage. She deserves better than Martin Bauer.
She loves him, Lucky, and she had to marry sometime. What could we do?
Found a man who isn't such a useless shit. At least we got Wolf out of it. I'll make sure he grows up solid. He'll become a great stonemason.
Just like his grandpa. Some trout or some farmers. Let's have some trout. Now, why don't you tell Andreas about your work at the Abbey? You said you found something strange in the building. Strange how?
Ah, that. I was repairing a cracked wall down in the crypt. The Abbey used to be a Roman fort, right? So it's no spring hen. I bumped into a relief of the Virgin and her door slid open. It was the damnedest thing.
Mother Cecilia suggests there was a way into the library through the crypt. That must be it.
Well, I stuck my head up through the trapdoor and one of the nuns screamed.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
I felt bad for scaring them.
You must have... Aha! I doubt Sister Nedna minded. She's not exactly afraid of men.
I probably should have knocked first. Never know what you'll find behind a closed door. Speaking of work, I shall get back to it. Still lots to fix after that storm.
It was lovely having you, Andreas. Take care, Agnes. Lucky. Thank you for your hospitality.
See you around the Abbey, I expect.
Right. It's sneak time. Yeah, we're going to break into the library, Andreas. We've probably already got the cipher stuff we need from the doctor, but we need to go and look into the nuns a bit more. There's some records in there we need to access. Right, so you want to go into the crypt, which is via the church, I think. Oh shit, Matthew's the Abbey's circator. If he sees me, he'll kick me out. I'll have to keep out of sight until he's passed. Good thing he can't see well. Crypt. There we go. The foundations of the Abbey were built when the Romans occupied this land, not long after the death of Christ. What's this? These tomb markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the Abbey. Abbot Dietrich from the height of Kearsau's power in the 14th century. Those days have long passed. I think this is probably the way in, so is there anything else over here? No, that's it. Lovely relief of the Virgin Child. Shame it's hidden down here. Okay, well, some got a crown. One of these parts must move somehow. A key. Oh, that was it. Now what? Ooh. We got these stairs. It's going to take a while to find the records I need. I'll lose some time tomorrow morning unless I turn back now. That's fine. Let's go in. Alright, let's have a little poke around in here. What's this? De Herbis Cambriae. The writer is Cadphalus of Salopia. Cadphalus of Salopia. Don't believe I've heard of him. That's a reference to Cadfael, which was a series of books, but also a TV series in the, I want to say, early to mid-90s, with Derek Jacobi as Cadfael. And he was a monk who would solve medieval crimes, mostly murders. And it's very good. I watched it recently and enjoyed it a lot. Interesting. But he was a herbalist in the abbey where he lived. Interesting. He writes about Butcher's broom. The Greeks used it to aid with urination and defecation. This author claims it can also help with the reduction of swelling. He seems to be speaking from experience. Wonderful hidden treasure for the abbey. Nothing there, so let's go over this way. Do I have to go up the stairs? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's another level here. What's this? What do we have here? A bifolium taken from a larger text. The Mysteria Astra. I'm not familiar with it. Some sort of astronomical text. Seems rudimentary, explaining the connection between the astrological signs and the elements and their basic relationship to alchemy. Each sign is governed by one of the 4 elements. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the water signs. Aquam. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo are the earth signs, and so on. It cuts off there. The next page is about something else entirely. Sister Illuminata must be trying to reconstruct the larger text. We scribe and illustrate bifolio out of page order, so the shifter subject isn't surprising. It would make more sense once it were bound. Those 2 pages were interesting enough, I suppose, but quite basic. Wait, that's the connection between the astrological symbols on Ferenc cipher and the elemental symbols on the Volvel. If I turn the wheel to the element that matches the sign, I can decipher the note he left. Excellent. This is most curious. Historia de Labyrintho Librorum. I wonder what secret text could be hidden in such a place. I'll have to see if I can borrow the book when I have some free time, if Illuminata allows it. Is there another level? Or is that just leaving? Oh, did I click on that? I might have clicked on the map. This looks promising. The familiares of the Sisters of Kiersau Abbey. Yes. It's Matilda we're interested in mainly, isn't it? Matilda Oblate. Yes, the nun Celera. She came from Kempton. Merchant family. They donated pigments to use in the scriptorium. Quite thoughtful. I'll have to thank them if I ever get the chance. This note says that Sister Matilda left the abbey for several months. Why would she go to a hermitage? Seems strange that she's the only entry with such a note. The dates, 3 years ago. This was just before Father Matthias died. Which means it was around the time Baron Rothvogel visited. This has to be it. Milda must be the nun the Baron harmed on his last visit. I should talk to Mother Cecilia again, and maybe Sister Matilda as well. Oh, Sister Illuminata. This should be interesting. Named Angeline from the Capocci family in Perugia. They look like they have some connection to Kiersau through an old abbot, Rudolph. Her family donates money to the abbey every year as well. Mother Catherine was the first to enter the records, it looks like almost 50 years ago. Sister Hildegard from the Golderick family in Ravensburg, quite wealthy. It looks like she became the prioress after Mother Catherine. Sister Cecilia. Adelheid? Oh, this is Mother Cecilia's record. Wait, she's from the Welcher family. They're one of the most powerful family in Augsburg. It looks like her family donates a lot of money to Kiersau every year. More than my family sees in 10. Sister Gertrude from Hoff, the herbalist, yes. Her father is an apothecary, that explains it. Sister Sophie from Birgitz. The family is poor, but they donated flour. Lisbeth Oblate. She's from Utrecht. It looks like she had an eventful life before coming here. Married with a child, both died. A merchant family, some connection to Kiersau through the Kaufmanns of Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Sister Marguerite. Oh, the blind girl who assists Gertrude. She went blind because of failed surgery on her cataracts. They did cataract surgery in the 1600s? Bloody hell. Wealthy peasant family. They donated wool and a pasture in Krummel. Sisters Denner. This should be good. They donate a fortune to the abbey. No wonder Mother Cecilia lets the abbot, and the abbot let her behave as she does. Okay. That's something to do tomorrow then. Can I... No, that's not what I want. Okay, what I want is to go and have a look at the cipher again if I can. Ex Libris? Is that just about me? Journal. I mean, yeah. Maybe I have to go to his house again. Oh, interesting. What in the world? Shit. What am I going to do now? We'll wait for them to finish. They'll be too embarrassed, and they might recognize us if we run. I shouldn't just sit here and watch in any case. If I can't get out of here before the sisters arrive in the morning, it might be even worse. Maybe we're friends with Zdena? I can't tell with her. Alright, let's wait for them to finish. Oh, I think we're dreaming. Who's Joseph?
Andreas, when are you coming home?
Dad, I'll be home soon. I just need to finish this commission for the Abbey.
Good, good. Finish that masterpiece too. It's time for you to get on with your career.
Yes, of course.
You're not going to quit this like you quit university, are you?
No, of course not.
Good. If it weren't for the work I did for the rector, you would never have had the opportunity. Most people never get a second chance after they throw something away like that.
I know, Dad.
I'll see you when you get back.
Sure, alright. Sabine. I'm not quite sure you said it, Sabine. I'll say Sabine. Oh, it's you. I only have the picture of you, the one my brother Daniel made. I really don't have any idea of what you're like. So, what are you like? Please don't imagine me telling you in your own mind. Why? You'll imagine I'm wonderful or imagine I'm horrible. Either way, it's not fair to me, is it? The real you? To none of us. Fair? I'll see you soon, Andreas. For real, I mean. I suppose that's true. Until then...
Welcome back, Andreas. It has been too long since you have graced this court with your presence.
Apologies, Your Majesty. My mind has been preoccupied by a tragedy at Kersau Abbey.
Oh, what manner of tragedy?
The murder of a nobleman, a close friend of the Prince Bishop of Freising. My friend, Brother Pierre, is the abbot's only suspect. I know that he could not have done it.
How do you know? Examine your assumptions, my son.
In addition to having no motive and violence not being part of his character, he's not physically capable of the act. He's of limited strength and has a palsy in his hand that makes holding a paintbrush difficult. It's inconceivable that he would have the strength and resolve to kill the Baron with a blow to the head. A whole lot of inconceivable shit happens on this hell of an earth, Andreas. I do not deny that it is possible, but I believe it is extremely improbable. So, what do you intend to do about it? When I'm brought before the Archdeacon, I'll tell him what I know about other people who have motives to kill the Baron. I have to believe he'll see there are much more likely suspects than Piero.
Why have you taken this task upon yourself?
I have to save Brother Piero's life. He's no one else to help him.
Your love for and devotion to him speak well of your character. A man who is humble before his elders honours also his gods.
Of course you'd say that, old man.
He's right, though. If Andreas doesn't help him, no one will. Exactly. I understand why the brothers and sisters cannot act against the abbot, but I must do something.
Why does that shit-for-brains abbot care about the death of a useless fart like Lorenz Rothvogel anyway?
Powerful people get upset when other powerful people are murdered. This could threaten the existence of the Abbey.
No, the Abbey. Oh, who gives a damn about those hypocritical assholes?
In any case, Andreas' ability to prevent Piero's death depends on the judgment of the Archdeacon. Wise or foolish, corrupt or just, the Archdeacon will be the first and possibly final arbiter of Piero's guilt. Andreas must win the Archdeacon to his side using the tools favoured by men such as him. Reason?
Ah! When's the last time you met a man who was truly ruled by reason?
Wisdom? Wisdom can be shared, but the audience may not comprehend it. Honesty?
You must be honest in all things, Andreas, but many are not willing to accept the truth. And the cost of honesty can be high. Authority? Despite your talent, you're merely an artist. He has been invested with power by the Prince Bishop of Freising. You have no authority with him.
If reason, wisdom, authority and honesty cannot triumph, what am I left with? Hope.
Lies.
Truth. Above all, faith in Providence. Well, what do you plan to tell the Archdeacon, Andreas?
There were other people in Kiersau and Tassing who had motives to kill the Baron. The widow Kembrin despised Lorenz for maiming her late husband.
Maimed how?
The Baron beat him savagely following an argument about trespassing on the Kemper's farm. His injuries were so severe that they never truly healed, and he needed a cane to walk. He died less than a year ago. Ottilia is certain it's because of the wounds he received that day.
Why did the two quarrel?
My understanding is that it was simply an argument about trespass that got out of hand. And now I suppose she will lose her home. My apologies. His home.
For what reason? Shouldn't an aged widow not live out her remaining days in peace?
She should, but she won't. She didn't squeeze out any little Kempers for old Rannick, so away the house goes.
Yes, because women must fight to own property. We exist on the sufferance of men. Whether the law is just or unjust is immaterial, the widow's motive is clear. The injustice of a law is not immaterial to those who suffer at the expense of it.
A good man does not sit idly by while injustice flourishes around it.
What the hell is a half-trained artist with half a university degree going to do against the might of the Holy Roman Empire? Idiots.
Yes, you have established a motive for the widow, Andreas, but there is another matter that requires inquiry. While women and men are equal in most natures, women are weaker in strength. How can a woman of Ottilia's age overpower a healthy man like the Baron? I had wondered at that myself. Have you found anything that she could have used to kill the Baron?
Yes, her husband's cane. The head is missing. It seems to have broken off. Poetic if killing the Baron was the cause.
Are there any others you suspect?
Prior Ferenc feared the Baron would report his occult interest to inquisitors.
How so?
Prior Ferenc and the Baron shared a fascination with the occult texts. The Baron was pressuring the Prior into performing a ritual for him while he was visiting Kiersau. When Ferenc refused, the Baron threatened to turn him into the Inquisition.
How did you come by this knowledge?
I found written evidence, a letter from Ferenc to the Baron in which he discusses all of these matters.
It's a dangerous thing a monk dabbling in the occult. His very soul could be in danger.
Forget the soul. He could have been defrocked, excommunicated, even killed, all for a little curiosity. Better to say stupid and ignorant, that's what I say. Hee hee.
We're well aware. Is curiosity such an awful thing?
No, but it was the knowledge of the nature of good and evil that caused the fall of man. The seeds of some corrupting fruit may lie sleeping between the pages of many dangerous books. Prior Fearing feared loss of his status, his life, and even God's grace.
Men have killed for less. How might the prior have accomplished the deed? I'm not certain. I haven't found anything that I think he could have used as a weapon.
It will be a challenge to convince the Archdeacon that a prior committed a murder this foul. If you mean to suggest that Fereg is a suspect, you must find a weapon to convince the Archdeacon. Are there any others you suspect?
I found no other suspects. Oh, what? If you say so, Andreas.
You have brought a worthy mystery before this court, Andreas. I pray to God we have granted you the insight you need to face the coming challenge.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm prepared to meet the day. Before you go, Andreas, there is one more thing to consider. You will be summoned to the Archdeacon to tell him what you know. But you need not tell him everything. I think I understand. There is a place for a noble lie. This is not one of them. Why? The Baron is dead. All of the people with the motive to kill him suffered, either directly or indirectly, from his wickedness. Simply mentioning a name to the Archdeacon may endanger them, whether they had anything to do with the murder or not. Right, no point throwing everyone waist deep into shit.
I protest any attempt at deception, but you must ultimately follow your own conscience, Andreas. Little time remains before you stand before the Archdeacon. Use it wisely.
I will do my best.
Until we meet again, Andreas, God be with you.
And also with you, Your Majesty. Slow down, clock. Uh-oh. Andreas! Andreas, wake up!
Well,
Are you here for the books or for me? I was looking for clues, trying to figure out who killed the Baron. Brother Pierre doesn't have much time. Quite noble of you to risk the abbot's wrath by breaking in here. The Baron seemed like an interesting man. Not that Mother Cecilia would let any of the sisters talk to him. Was he interesting? He had a great appreciation for art, which as an artist I also appreciate. I appreciate art. Could you help me deepen my appreciation? I don't think that would be appropriate. Who cares? What are you worried about? No one is here but you and me. No one can see us. You could teach me about art. You could teach me about something else. No one will know what happened but me and you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Scoot away. I think I hear Illuminata coming. What are you doing, asshole? Kiss me! No, we shouldn't. You idiot, you're going to regret this. Sister Zdenna, are you here yet? Oh, God protect us, Sister Illuminata. Come quickly, someone is sleeping behind the bookshelf. Andreas, how did you find your way in here? Sister Illuminata, Andreas was lying in wait behind the bookshelf and tried to take advantage of me. Oh dear. I did no such thing. I do not know whom to believe here, Andreas. There is no good reason for you to be in the library at this hour or any hour. Then again, I know Sister Zdenna to be an imaginative young woman and an inveterate liar. I'm not lying. Silence! And why are you in here in the first place? You scared Sister Zdenna half to death. I was looking at the Abbey's admission records for clues about the Baron's death. What do the Abbey's records have to do with Baron Rothvogel's murder? I learned that the Baron hurt one of the sisters on his last visit to Kiersau. Oh, I see, yes. Sister Matilda. What happened to her was evil. But if you're reading about Sister Matilda, you can't really believe she killed the Baron. Matilda killed Baron Rothvogel? Shush, of course not. I sincerely doubt that it's possible. Why not? Grief makes people do terrible things. This is not appropriate for us to discuss any further. You should speak to Sister Matilda or Mother Cecilia. I can't speak with you. It's not my story to tell, and in case you've forgotten, you shouldn't even be here. Please leave immediately. Of course, I'm sorry for the trouble. As you should be. Come, sisters, dinner. We have work to do. We could do that, or we could sneak around and try and find other clues.
Andreas, wait! Andreas! Christ, there you are.
Brother Wujlav, what's the matter?
It's the Archdeacon. He's come early with an entire retinue in tow. He's questioning everyone who knew the Baron and Brother Piero. I've already told him the little I know. He expects to speak with you today at none, as he requested you specifically. I went to the Gertners at Vespers to try to warn you, and you never showed up. Where were you all night?
Honestly, in the library, I was following a clue and time got away from me.
What? Why? Oh no, never mind. Just don't let the abbot find out, and don't tell the Archdeacon. Anyway, he's questioning everyone in the chapter house, and he's keenly interested in you.
He's been informed of my investigation, then.
It's no secret that you've been poking about in town, in the abbey, sticking your nose in the rot. I hope your prying has borne fruit, or Piero's neck will be at the sword.
I'm well aware of the stakes, thank you. If only I had a couple more days.
Whatever happens, Piero knows you've been working hard on his behalf, and he's grateful for it. Only, Andreas...
What?
It's just, you know as well as I do, the Baron was not a good man. I'm not saying he deserved what he got, just... You think hard about what you tell the Archdeacon and who you tell him about. You understand?
You don't need to worry, I found nothing that implicates you. Smile encouragingly.
It's not me I'm worried about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shout. You don't deserve that. All I'm saying is, if in your searching you heard anything about a certain sister, I'd ask you to keep it to yourself.
Can't make any promises, sorry.
I wouldn't ask you to lie, Andreas. It wouldn't be Christian. Only consider who your words put at risk. Be well, Andreas. I'll pray for Piero's deliverance tonight. You should as well.
Well, I want to go up to the Prior's house. See if we can crack that clue. Oh, he's there. Alright, yeah, let's try and crack this code then. Now that I know the connection between the astrological symbols on the cipher and the elemental symbols on the Volvel, Farring's note should be easy to decipher. Okay, let's try and do this. So we have this symbol here, which is in yellow. And it's the W, which is H, yeah? I think this is how it works. Well, this one, which is green. And we're looking for that. That's this one. Hi there! Aries, which is red. And we're looking for the capital B kind of thing. Hig. We're looking for this one, which is in blue. Like an X. This one. Heigi. We're looking for like this one. It's red again. And like a sort of V or Y type thing. I think my finger's pointing at it anyway, so that's good. Higa. What else are we looking for? A water sign, which is yellow. And like a W. Higaha. Okay. Then we're looking for that weird M thing that's green. And like an N. Higahat. Like there's a green also, and that's like a curly something. Higaha. And like an M, which is blue. And like a U. Hi, Gerhard. Gerhard! As in the late brother Gerhard. Yes. Yes, it can't be a coincidence. His grave was dug up, remember? Brother Gerhard died sometimes last year. How does this connect to him? Is it an anagram? Harried, hardier. Where does the G go? God, I'm sure Adoc would know. There are 7,560 different combinations. I don't have the time to solve it through brute force. Let me think. Why his name? And why Heigerhard? It couldn't be Greek. Never heard of an Italian or Spaniard named Heigerhard either. Ridiculous. Let me think. Did he use his name for an abbreviation? There's lots of letters for an abbreviation. A cipher inside of a cipher, perhaps? If it is, I'm not equipped with the key to solve it, so I must proceed with other options. Let me think. Maybe it's an abbreviation and a name. Gerhard is the name. Why High? Hord ignota? No. Hinc Ile Lacrimae? Oh my god, it's so much simpler. Hic Aciat. Here lies. Here lies Gerhard. It's the grave. Wonder if it has something to do with the Baron's murder. I should ask the abbot for permission to exhume the grave as soon as possible. Alright, we're gonna do that next. Question is, where's the abbot? Well, let's try through the cemetery. It might be a coincidence if he's there. That's the grave. Click on it again. Maybe he'll do something different this time. Brother Gerhardt's grave was disturbed recently. Ferenc must have buried something here. I need to dig up this grave if I want to know what he was up to. I should probably speak to Gurno. The only thing is trying to find him. I don't think he's in the animal pens. We never learned the details. Happy business and all.
Still a pretty woman since she came back, but her kind eyes turned some kind of sad.
You've already heard all of the town secrets since you've been to the spinning bee.
Right, listening to those women gossip is enough to send any man running. Hey son, I need to lay down. Why don't you say goodbye to your friend here?
Sorry, Andreas. The old man needs his rest. Rest well, old Otto.
Don't know what you mean. Ain't any old men in this house.
I need to go to the chapter house to meet with the Archdeacon. But I'm hoping I can dig up that grave first, which again isn't something I would usually find myself saying. I'll speak to Otto when we get out of here. Presuming he's outside. Oh, yes, young Otto again. Let's talk to him. Hey, Andreas. Okay, he's not going to talk to me. Oh, if we can't dig up this grave, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed, I think, honestly. I think I'm still going to pin it on Ferenc, though. Although it's going to be difficult without a murder weapon. I'll just try to avoid the chapter house. Might go in via the church. Let's go into the cloister. Because that's where the monk who's going to help us usually hangs out. Oh, who's this? Veronica. Hello, Andreas. I wonder if he's already gone. He might have already gone to the crypt. We could try the refectory again, perhaps. Don't think anyone's going to be in here, though. No. Check the kitchen. Garden. It's going to be the abbot, isn't it? Oh, let's go to the graveyard. Maybe he'll be there waiting for us. There he is. Good. Woo! Let's get this done. Right. Okay, we're going to do this thing then? Right, okay, well. I have to say, I'm a little bit annoyed that I could never get to dig up that grave I wanted to that might have a murder weapon in it. Maybe because I fell asleep in the library? Was that missing out my chance, perhaps? Maybe. Oh well, I guess there's nothing for it then.
Please state your name for our records.
Andreas Maler, journeyman artist from Nuremberg.
What is an artist doing in Kersau Abbey?
Work is work, does it matter?
You do understand that this is an unofficial inquiry about the murder of a nobleman, yes? I ask questions, you answer them. If you do not wish to cooperate, the severe man standing to my side will help you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Arnold, please write down. I think we're ready to begin.
Of course, Your Reverence.
Now then, Master Mahler, what was your relation to Lorenz, the Baron Rathvogel?
I knew him from day, but we were on friendly terms.
Do you feel you had a sense of him as a person?
No, Your Reverence.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but I'd like you to try and characterize the man for me.
A nobleman for all the good and ill that goes along with that title?
Do you have a problem with the nobility, Master Mahler?
Is this germane to the investigation, Your Reverence?
Oh, I determine what is germane, and you've already forgotten who asked the questions here.
My apologies, Your Reverence.
Do you know of anyone who had a reason to harm the Baron?
I can think of a few people, Your Reverence.
Good, that might help us solve this problem that faces us. Baron Rathvogel was murdered here in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gurno believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I've met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. While it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron, he was discovered in flagrante delicto.
He wasn't, though. The Baron was already dead.
Stop talking. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron, the loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. As for his age and infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you're on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron, both in the town and the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rothvogel?
The Abbey's prior, Ferenc, was behaving suspiciously on the day of the Baron's arrival. He may have had a motive.
Oh, this is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and Brother Piero's work, does he not?
Yes, but Prior Ferenc's role in the scriptorium has little bearing on his motive.
An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey?
I can provide evidence of Prior Ferenc's motive.
Please do so.
Baron Rothvogel and Prior Ferenc were exchanging letters about performing a magic ritual during the Baron's visit.
You have proof of this?
I have a letter the Prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the Prior mentions... immaterial gossip. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron doesn't follow through on a threat to implicate him to Inquisitors in Innsbruck.
An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. And how do you believe that Prior Ferenc would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual.
I am not certain, Your Reverence.
Ah, a troublesome wrinkle. Is there anything else to say about the Prior?
On the day that the Baron arrived, I secretly observed Prior Ferenc in the scriptorium.
Was this an intentionally covert observation?
No, I was working alone, and it had dropped something on the floor. The Prior did not know I was there.
Oh, very well. Continue.
He wrote a note, a cipher in a book. It was associated with a volvel that he used to encode something in it.
Yes? What had he encoded?
I am not certain, but it is very suspicious.
Master Maler, could you please confine your remark to information that leads somewhere useful? Now, do you have any other evidence against the Prior?
No, Your Reverence.
Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead?
Maybe we could double Martin, a local thief, Martin Bauer.
Yes, his name has come up in my inquiries. My understanding is that he absconded with some of the Baron's valuables. Arnold?
Yes, Your Reverence. A silver ring, a gold ring, 12 gulden, 10 groschen, and a book intended as a gift for the Abbey.
Thank you. It's my understanding that this boy was known as a thief, but also as a coward, and that the theft was from the Abbey's guest house after the Baron had already left it.
Even so, it's still possible he could have committed the murder.
Yes, it's possible, but very unlikely in my judgment. I'm not treating him as a serious suspect for the Baron's murder at this time. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead?
I'm not going to mention the nun, or Lucky, it's not him. You could mention the widow, I suppose.
Oh, what cause did she have?
The Baron was responsible for the death of her husband.
Responsible? How?
Years ago, when the Baron visited Tassing, he quarrelled with Rannig Kemper. The two came to blows. According to the widow, the Baron beat Rannig so severely he never fully healed from the injuries. He died not long ago, and their home is in legal jeopardy. The widow held the Baron responsible for all this.
And how do you propose this woman killed the Baron? He was not in the prime of his life, but certainly a robust man, by all accounts.
I'm not going to mention the walkie stick. I don't want to give him any more evidence.
Yes, but with what? He mentions the walking stick. Did she have an explanation for the damage?
I did not ask her, Your Reverence. I did! Leave it at that. I'm not going to implicate her anymore.
Interesting. Thank you, Master Maler. Do you have knowledge of anyone else who would want to kill the Baron?
I can think of no one else.
Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case?
Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing?
Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me of its contents. Master Adeljager has entered his testimony in our register. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent?
It's not clear to me either, Your Reverence.
You believe the murderer wrote it?
Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe.
I understand Kiesau has two, the elderly Brother Adok and the younger Brother Guy.
To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adok and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Something about the way the first and second strokes meet on the A and the G.
Yes, well, whatever the particulars, it seems that it remains a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder.
Unfortunately, there's more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same type of parchment to those who had a motive to kill the Baron.
Oh, that is deeply troubling, but again beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention.
Of course, Your Reverence.
Thank you again for your time, Master Maler.
Oh, I didn't persuade him. Oh dear. He didn't like us at all, did he? Oh no. Don't you want to hear who I think did it?
Why would I? You've shown little respect for my authority all this inquiry. Therefore I see no reason to show any respect for your opinions. Good day, Master Maler.
Oops. Final day of law and judgment. Peter. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. Well, here I am. I knew the widow Kemperin was angry about Renning's death, but I didn't think she would really kill that Baron. Oh no, we've dubbed in the widow.
You missed the trial, Andreas. The magistrate from Mittenwald came in, read all the charges, and found her guilty.
I don't think she did it. The magistrate is wrong. Oh, I'm sure Johann won't shed too many tears about it. Peter! You know it's true. He wants old Renning's farm, and if this is how he gets it, he'll take it. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas? Otto? Agnus Dei... Oh, it's Matthew. Agnus Dei Quil Tollis... Oh, I missed the rest.
What are you all looking at?
Agnus Dei Quil Tollis Peccata Mundi Miserere Nobis.
Isn't this what you bastards always wanted? Well, now you'll be rid of me.
Good, you won't be missed. Silence! Silence! I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him.
Well, get on with it.
Look away, she's not guilty.
My Lord Judge, have I executed well?
You have executed as judgment and law have required.
For that I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. Suppose I have you to thank for that, eh?
Thank the magistrate, nothing to do with me.
You say so, still, it's appreciated.
Say nothing.
Well, see you later, Andreas.
Oh, okay, so I was just desperate to go and dig up that grave, but the game just wouldn't let me do it. I mean, I don't know why when we came out of the refectory and the monk that we need to help us is just standing there in the cemetery about 10 feet away from where we want him to be, and he just won't talk to us. Otto wouldn't talk to us. I can only guess it's because we fell asleep in the library rather than disturb those two monks, and we just ran out of time for investigations. We couldn't get him before because he was probably having lunch in the refectory, and then when he came out, we had to go and see the archdeacon. So I'm a bit gutted about that. I didn't want Attilia to die, and I guess I did mention her. But I think if I hadn't, I think he would have killed Piero, executed Piero, because I don't think because I wasn't able to dig up the grave. I don't think I had the right evidence to implicate Ferenc. So yeah, wow. Bit of a bummer, but I guess this is a lesson about time management in this game, that for these investigations every second is going to count, and if I feel that there's some evidence that we absolutely do need to get, need to prioritise that. I mean, maybe a previous night when I went to bed, maybe I could have gone through the crypt and into the library then. And I don't think I knew about the secret door then, in fairness, but if I'd done that sooner and had a whole day to play with really to try and dig up the grave, it might have worked. But yeah, a little bittersweet for me. I mean, I very much enjoyed it, but a little frustrating because the verdict didn't go the way I wanted it to. So I guess we'll find out what happens next. There's going to be other cases, and yeah, we'll try and take what we've learned from this one into the next one, and try and perhaps have a better influence on the judgment, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then please do hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. That would be fantastic, and let me know in the comments what you think. Did you see a way I could have dug up that grave? Have I missed something key there that I should have noticed and could have taken it in a whole different direction? Please let me know. I mean, I can't. This is it's basically an Iron Man save. I discovered this when I did a previous thing where I recorded half an episode on mute. So instead of being able to go back and just replay that section, there's only one save, and it's your most recent one. And I had to play the entire game up again to that point. But I was only 2 hours in, I suppose, so I kind of speed ran it a little bit, taking all the same options, obviously. But there we go. But yeah, it'd be good to hear from you what you think. And in the meantime, I hope to see you again for more Pentiment. And bye for now.